Hi there, I know this is a little bit late, but welcome to my December slightly Christmassy book haul. Let's start with a book that is in absentia. I left it in London when I came to Bath for the holidays. I know I'd be saying this long, and that is Tree of Codes by Jonathan Safran Foer. What? So if you didn't know, Tree of Codes is this incredible work of art by Jonathan Safran Foer, who wrote Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. It is a die-cut copy of one of his favourite poems, The Street of Crocodiles by Bruno Schulz. Every page has bits cut out of it, so you can read it a million different ways. It's such a beautiful publication and just a really interesting way to read fiction. But obviously, incredibly difficult to make. They only did a couple of runs of it. It's really hard to get a hold of because they're not doing a reprint. So there are loads of lucky buggers that got it when it came out, and everyone else just looks on eBay and they cost like £200 or something stupid. It's published by Visual Editions, and they have a sign up where you can put your email address down and be notified if they ever come in stock again. I did this like a year ago with absolutely zero hope that that would ever happen. But a couple of weeks ago I got an email from them saying, we found a couple of boxes of these books that may be like slightly damaged. They were heading for the shredder, and we said, come on, ship them back to England. People will definitely want these. So email us back if you want a copy, state which condition you want. And I was like, yes, perfect condition, do it now, send. They all went in like 30 minutes or something. So I'm so glad I managed to get that. So I now have a drop copy of Tree of Codes, which is lovely. Didn't need to bring it to Bath though, so maybe I'll show you that another time. I have plenty of other books, the first of which is a Folio Society edition of Huckleberry Finn by Twain. I only remembered I had this when I came back and it was on my shelves, and I was like, oh yeah, I bought that this month, didn't I? It was in a vintage shop in a little village near my dad's house, and it was on sale for £5, and I love Folio editions, so I thought I'd buy it. So now I own 2 copies of Huckleberry Finn, neither of which I want to read. Someday, maybe. I feel like I should show all these books together, because it's been a roller coaster to acquire any of these books. This is Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes and The Star's My Destination by Alfred, both science fiction masterworks copies, both considered classic must-read science fiction. Flowers for Algernon is about an experiment in human intelligence to do with a mouse. That's literally as much as I know about it. I just know that I really should read this, and I think it would be interesting, so yes. And the other one, The Star's My Destination by Alfred, is, I believe, a space opera kind of novel, but I've only ever heard good things, so that's why I got this. For about a year, I've wanted both of these intensely, and I don't remember when I started really wanting these. And I know they're only really produced in these science fiction masterwork editions in the UK, and I just look for them. Every bookshop I go into, I go to the science fiction section, I look for these 2 books, and I've never seen them until I was in the Waterstones in Greenwich, which will come into play later in the story, and I saw both of them, so I just bought them immediately because I didn't think I'd ever find them again. So what I want to do is make new slipcovers for them. I was thinking of like black paper with white and perhaps accent coloured ink on the side saying the thing, and then having die cut a circle in the middle to show the original cover image, because I think they all have interesting images that don't have text in the middle. But I've talked about die cutting twice in this video. Have I become a product designer? But you know what? I don't care if they're ugly, because they're going to be really darn good books. Moving on to these 2, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte and Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. What a lovely name. So Sana, Books and Quills, was doing a Jane Eyre week at the beginning of this month. I don't remember when that week was. But she just made some videos about Jane Eyre, encouraging people to read it, and I was like, yes, I've never read Jane Eyre, and I feel like I should have. I'm sure I would love it. And same with Wuthering Heights. They're just classics that I've never read. So I thought, yes, I will definitely do that. And because I care a lot about what editions I get, I thought long and hard and decided I wanted the Penguin English Library editions, these ones with the orange stripe on the side. I set my eye on them and I decided these were the ones. And I looked in so many bookshops for these. So many bookshops. I looked in 2 bookshops outside of London. I went to Brick Lane Bookshop that I love. I went to a Review in Peckham. I went to a couple of second-hand bookshops. I went to Oxfam. And then I went to the Waterstones in Greenwich that I thought, that's a big Waterstones. It's sure to have the editions I desire of Bronte sisters in Penguin English Library. And it didn't. So I bought these two in consolation, but I gave up finding them because I knew I couldn't. So I bought them online at the Book Depository, but then this was supposed to dispatch in 2 days, and it didn't. It dispatched like a week later, and I only had another week that I was in London, and I left London, and the next day they were in my office on my desk, and one of my work friends sent me a photo of this package, and I was like, the story ends well. My lovely friend said that he would send them to my house here. So he did. That's very nice of him, and now I own a copy of Jane Eyre and a copy of Wuthering Heights. I still have a lot of problems because for some reason this doesn't have a rubberized cover. Has anybody else come across any Penguin English Library editions that don't have rubberized cover? That's confusing to me. This one does. Anyway, I'm too late for Jane Eyre week, but I still really want to read this, and I want to read this, so I will read it. This has been an odyssey. So at this point, I've left London. I'm in Bath with my mum for the holidays, and despite having a very long list of potential books that people could buy me if they so desire, I received 0 fiction books for Christmas. Not entitled or anything, it's fine, I have plenty of books I want to read, but what I did get from my mum, these wonderful things that I will now show you. My mum got me 4 books that are published by Weta Digital and Weta Workshop, the makers, the production design team for The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and they did the effects on Avatar and King Kong and loads of other stuff. For each Hobbit film they are releasing 2 of these Chronicle books. They basically talk about the design of the characters and the objects and the scenery, and they're so fantastic. I own the first 3. I own both of them from An Unexpected Journey, and the first one from The Desolation of Smaug. This is the second one from The Desolation of Smaug, Cloaks and Daggers. And then she also bought me the first one, the Art and Design Chronicle for The Battle of 5 Armies. Now, knock the Hobbit films as much as you want. I obviously have a lot of feelings being a massive Tolkien fan and a Weta fan, and I have absolute adoration for the original Lord of the Rings trilogy by Peter Jackson. You can't deny that the production quality is incredible. All the design is absolutely extraordinary. And I'm very interested in prop making and CGI and stuff, so they're just so great. Besides the Hobbit Chronicles, she also bought me The Art of Film Magic, 20 Years of Weta. And that is comprised of one book by Weta Digital, which is obviously the digital arm of Weta. It's all about film effects and scanning 3D models and algorithms and nerdy stuff like that. And then she also got me Weta Workshop, which is all about building the models and the stage sets and the costumes, and again, I don't think costumes are included, whatever, and the armour and the sculptures and just all, so nerdy. Weta is a Peter Jackson company, but they are involved in some non-Peter Jackson films as well. So, you know, obviously Lord of the Rings, some older stuff. Hellboy, Van Helsing, Kingdom of Heaven, The Host, Lion, Witch and Wardrobe, King Kong, Aragon, a whole load of really influential film design. So that's all the books I've got this month. Slightly fewer than last month, I am very proud to say. I think I'm going to read all of these 4 in the next month, hopefully. Of course, I will read the Weta books every minute of every day. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tell me down in the comments if there's anything special that you got for Christmas or in December that you want to share. And I hope you have a great start to 2015. Yay! Bye!